G'day guys and welcome back today. As you can probably see, today we are doing a 1972 Fiat Super Europa. So this is going to be more of an interesting one for us today. So pretty much what we're going to be doing with this Super Europa is it's going to be a very small power, small foot-pound of torque vehicle. But we're also going to try and get it around the 926 kilo mark. So what we've got today, as you can see, we've got the 1971 sedan. We're going to go for the two-door. We're going to have the panel material steel, a monocoque chassis type, chassis material steel, front transversal engine, Ferguson strut front end, semi-trailing arm rear end, because I believe I cannot find much information about these things whatsoever, but I do know they were independent rear end, so I do believe it was either the double wishbone or the semi-trailing arm, and I believe it was semi-trailing arm. So we've already set up our engine today. So we've got a inline 4 cast iron with an 86 to 64.5, even though that's not correct. It will be fixed with the family capacity will be fixed later on. I've got direct acting overhead, 2 valves per, head being aluminium with no VVL. Crank, I've gone forged, but I believe if I go back to everything being cast, we'll go heavy duty cast. We'll go forged there, just to keep it all nice and happy. Get rid of any knocking. We don't want any of that. So yeah, crank is cast iron, conrods cast, piston will go forged, and variant capacity is 86.0 and 55.5, which brings us to the 1290cc or the 1290cc. And as you can see, we're putting out a nice 88.5 Newton meters of torque at 4,000, which is accurate to what they were, and a 49.6 kilowatts at 6,100. Now, originally these things did have the 49 kilowatts at 6,200 RPM, but less, like 100 RPM less. I've done a lot worse than that. So as you can see, we've got a compression of 8.9 to 1. Cam profile is 53, quality 15. We're going naturally aspirated. We could do a turbo setup, but we'd probably have to bump it up to 1980, I believe, to get the turbo. We've got a carburetor, 2-barrel, single carb, standard intake, and we're running regular leaded, with a fuel mixture of 13, ignition timing of 1, RPM limit of 7,000, and a quality of -7. We're going headers, tubular, exhaust single, valves, no valves. We have exhaust diameter, which if I go down actually makes it kind of better. So I'll just stick with the 50.8. We're going a no catalytic converter, first muffler reverse flow, second muffler reverse flow, and as you can see, we've colored up the block and made it DA overhead cam classic blocky instead of classic smooth, as I prefer the classic blocky. It just kind of looks that little bit nice, a little bit nicer. And the engine, as it sounds, is currently quite nice, I reckon. See, if you ask me, that sounds quite nice, and from what I've heard, most of the information I've got has been from another YouTuber, his name being Daily Driver Reviews, and his video being Fiat 128 Review and Road Test Enzo Ferrari's Daily Driver. So I got most of my information from his video and as well from Wikipedia. So at the moment we are up to, we'll go the 4-door variant. There we go. And as for lights, we'll probably set up the grille first. See, I'm currently running some Google images to try and get a rough idea on what they look like. Alright, so we're going to go transverse front wheel drive. We'll go manual, 5-speed, actually 4-speed, sorry. And then we'll go a top speed. It reckons our estimated top speed is 156. So that should be alright. We'll go a open differential. We'll go radial, actually cross ply, medium compound, 125s will be alright, maybe not. Wow, I love how that's actually lifting up the car dramatically. We'll go for 550, 14s, change the offset a little bit. We'll go steels. Still can't change the width of the tyre. Actually, what if I go 12s? Might have to go 12s to try and change the width, just to make them that little bit more proper. Change the rear offset, bring that back in. Bring the rear offset back in a little bit, front offset back in a little bit. There we go. Looking much better. 155s all around. We'll go, I believe they had discs, so we'll just go solid disc, 1 piston, solid disc, 1 piston. We'll go 200 all round. We'll go a semi-clad, and that's it. We'll go basic, none, and we'll go a hydraulic power steering, none. We'll go safety, basic 90s. Oh, hang on. That was meant to be back to 1970. There we go. We'll go basic 60s. I'll just go back through, make sure that hasn't changed much. Got solid disc, 155s. Beautiful. Basic. And we'll go a standard spring with a gas monotube passive. So at the moment, we have a fun budget, family utility budget, family budget, and passenger fleet. So for this one, we'll just be going a normal offset. And as you can see, we've got a bit of understeer. That will be fine. That's not massive. It's not going to be doing massive high speeds. As you can see, actually, I might want to, yeah, we'll just stiffen them up a little bit. Try and get rid of that understeer. Now it reckons brake force is really high for rear. So we'll change the fronts, bring them up. And they are maximum, so we'll take them to 2. We'll drop them back down in size. Then we'll drop the rears. And what's it reckon? Rear brake force is very high. Rear dampeners are soft, reducing drivability. Rear ride frequency is high. Consider reducing rear spring stiffness. So now we'll just bring these down. Okay, so we'll fix the dampeners. So what's it reckon? The dampeners are soft. Rear dampeners are soft, so we'll up them a couple times. Down at once. Yep. So now it reckons the rear spring stiffness is too high. So we'll bump that down till that disappears. But still till we've got better suspension. There we go. So that's good. I'm content with that. So what is our weight? 824 kilos. That's actually not too bad. That's pretty close. I believe there were variants of this that were that low in weight. One thing we are missing though, if I go back into the fixtures, we're missing windscreen wipers and an aerial. So we'll go aerial. Alrighty, so that is our 1972 Fiat Super Europa. As you can see, it's not too different to what the actual one is, probably a little bit longer than what it really needs to be. But anyway, let's hop into Beam and see how it actually drives. Alright, so as you can see, we are here in the grid map. We are testing our little Fiat 128 Super Europa. It's actually exported quite well. I'm actually pretty happy with it. The front bar hasn't turned out as bad as what I thought it would have. As you can see, I've added some number plates to it. The exhaust's all linked up, so actually it's turned out pretty decent. So we'll start the car up to see how it sounds. Actually doesn't sound too bad. Revs fairly quickly, which is always good. So, I reckon we see how it goes on some of the little test areas. We'll see how it goes on these bumps. It's pretty sturdy. And she just nosedives. She's actually not a bad little car. It actually handles alright. Could handle a little, could be a little bit better. I should have really tweaked the gearing, but this gearing seems to be pretty decent for what it is. I did have the gearing marked down, but I had a 5-speed manual marked down for it instead of just the standard 4-speed that they came with. But so far, it seems to be an alright little go-kart, pretty much. It's pretty much what it handles like, or acts like. I mean, it can do 100k an hour, so that's not too bad. We'll just try and see how it actually handles some of these bumps. Maybe I should have gone for a not as stiff rear suspension or rear springs, but still not too bad. Not too bad whatsoever. 126k an hour. Yeah, it's not too bad. I know I've said that about 4 times now, but let's see how she goes on this little off-road track down here. And if you're wondering why the audio quality of the mic... Oh, hang on. We've got no headlights. Why are the headlights not working? Okay, that's a bit of a design flaw. But, we can kind of see... Oh, that car disappeared for a second there. Oh, we're a little bit stuck. So we'll grab here and try and drag it back. Whoops. Nope, nope. Get back on there. And we've got it stuck. There we go. Get it down onto the bridge. Oh, big collision there. Come on. And we will not make it up. That's a shame. That's a shame we're not going to be able to make it up through there. So we'll go out here. But if you're wondering why the frame rate is a bit more steady, I ended up purchasing a... I can't remember if it's a 5700X, a AMD 5700X graphics card, and I ended up purchasing a new microphone as well. So that should make the gaming quality a bit better and the audio quality quite a bit better. So what we'll try and do at the moment, I reckon, is we'll try and get up here, and we've beached it. That's okay. Won't make it there. I'm kind of curious to see how it will go in the mud now that there's actual proper, and immediately bogged down as per expected. So what about on the rocks? Will we be able to? Nope. Immediately get jammed on the rocks. Can we reverse out? Can we go forward? Nope. Oh, hang on. Oh, we could go forward a little bit, but we're stuck on the rocks still. That's annoying. Can't really do much with this thing. Other than kind of go semi-fast. We could try and attempt to do one thing that I've never attempted in one of these videos. And that's, we could try and attempt this. And immediately fail. And lose the front tyre. But I've never actually tried attempting this with one of the cars that I've built. Oh, and straight into the pylon. But we can still drive, so that's something. Can we go up here? Oh. And that's okay, we can still drive. We've only lost a number plate. Can we still drive? No, we can't. And it seems that it's dead. Well, got defeated pretty easily by this thing. As per, I'm not a great driver. Not in this game, at least. Actually, I don't think I'm a very great driver in any game. Although there's not many games that I've really tried other than Motorsport 7. Can we? Oh! I was hoping we could thread the needle. That wasn't gonna happen. But all up, she's not a bad little car. Probably needs a little bit of tweaking, but should be pretty well decent, this little car. I'm trying to think one thing that I can try. I suppose one thing I could try to test out the handling is try some of these good old duck and weaves. I don't know what these are actually called, but it handles it at alright at about 70k an hour. Little bit of tyre squeal. And immediately died. I actually would not mind trying to attempt that. Jump a bit better. But as you can probably see, like, it's not a bad little car. Pretty decent. Oh god, that's loud. That's actually really loud. And it's surprisingly stable. Just doesn't accelerate very well because I forgot to change all the gearing. But that's fine. This base gearing's not too bad. Come on, high speed. And she absolutely goes flying. Oh. Well, I guess it's a nugget now. It's a glorified little nugget. I would test it in a race against some of the other vehicles that I've got, but I haven't really got any vehicles that are low kilowatt and really comparable to this. This thing's just an all-round decent 1970s family vehicle. It's pretty accurate to what it would have been. Handles alright off-road. It's just all round decent. Not the greatest when it comes to dealing with rocks, but it's an all round decent little car. So we're here at the drag strip area on grid map, and we're gonna see how well this thing actually launches. Not too bad. What about this area? I imagine this is icy? Yeah, this is ice. No steering whatsoever. I would attempt it in the water, but I don't think there's much the water's really gonna do. Mud, it immediately bogs down. We'll go on the grassy area. Immediately goes to bog down, but actually handles pretty decently. Whoop. What about on the dirt? It actually grips pretty well on the dirt. Wants to slide, but not too bad. Now, I don't think there's really much else that I can really test it on with grid map. I wonder if we're going to be able to do this loop-de-loop properly. I don't reckon we'll be able to. But I've got to admit, it handles really well for the power it's got. It's very minimal power. It's got a lot of speed compared to the power. I'm surprised it actually stuck fairly well. Whoop. And we nearly stuck the landing too. Well, technically we did stick the landing. We just lost the wheel. But yeah, all up, I'm actually very impressed with this little car. It's capable of doing some things, maybe needs a bit of tuning here and there, but all up, it's a decent little car. I know I've said that quite a bit, and I have changed the tyre pressure to 34 psi, which is per standard in Australia here. These tyres probably wouldn't take 34, they wouldn't really handle it really well, considering I've given it 12-inch tyres. 12-inch rims. But it's alright for what it is. It's turned out really decent on BeamNG for the automation vehicle that it is. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you want to see any more cars, don't forget to comment down below. I'm still yet to do that LS Nissan Patrol. Haven't really got around to that, mainly because I haven't found a body that I've really been happy with in automation to do it. I'm very ecstatic with what the automation devs have done with their game. The added tweaking to a lot of the fixtures have just made the game that whole lot more in depth. Like, it's just made it that much better to be able to modify cars and make them look more distinct with the added capabilities that they've added to the game. And honestly, I've just got to applaud them because they've done such a decent job. Now all they've really got to do is just add in diesels and I'll be bloody stoked. But anyway, yeah, thank you again. Like, favourite, subscribe if you liked the video. If you didn't, don't forget to leave a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Thumbs up if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below if you want to see any specific cars that you'd like to see me build. And yeah, thanks for watching, and take it easy.